Been hustling, smooth with this broken language. Brain chemistry got them feeling anxious. Close my eyes and breathe slow, reload and beast mode. Then my mind shines like a Geo. Dios mio, what really is a sight to behold. Why don't you come fly away with me in the sky over the sea? Come for a ride and we'll just be. Sun is shining, now I'm free. Why don't you come fly away with me in the sky over the sea? Come for a ride and we'll just be. Sun is shining, now I'm free. I'm feeling like my last name Medici, kid. Flows rolling off the tongue, easy, never tedious. See me give a speech, receiving awards, or on a gondola in Venice for the leisurely tour. They can't cease the applause, tossing roses at the god's feet, reclining on the top floor, eating by me. Your copy? Nah, you're probably not feeling them. Having fun with it, schmucks are too serious. Blow hearts with no heart, you need to reel it in. Any show you put me on, guarantee I'm stealing it. Danny Ocean on stage, Texas Hold'em with no poker face, hockey Game Boys and a broken vase. All my sandwiches are open faced. We get it poppin' with no delay, do a job and it's a cold case. This that Hank Kill, no propane, it's all charcoal, vacay and Key Largo. Whoa. Why don't you come fly away with me in the sky over the sea? Come for a ride and we'll just be. Sun is shining, now I'm free. Why don't you come fly away with me in the sky over the sea? Come for a ride and we'll just be. Sun is shining, now I'm free. More miles in the Africans into Asia, and more miles in the Asian migration into America. More miles than 200 Mali ships sent back to Mexico before Christopher Columbus discovered what we already know. More miles than Marco Polo, more miles than Grandpa Bobo, more miles than Marty's Caddy, more miles than Double Sheep. I got more styles than the miles you commute every week, and more miles than the journeys of both Paul and Jesus combined. I travel more miles to reach you than the original Genesis Moses wrote in all his various translations from Hebrew. I travel more miles to get at you than the depths of an anvil. I hold you down for 1,000 leagues beneath the ground. I travel more miles than Richard Petty. I said my I was in West Oakland, California, when I found out about a piece of me. All this solitude around, I'm starting to see when I'm alone, the shit I think. I come from the part of town I talked about, but chop the outline if you blink. I can't go outside today, that shine and fade, and that go along with my peace. All these energies and entities and people that just want shit from me. I can't make this up, the luxuries of being broke as fuck and escaping. Not to sound ungrateful about the blessings, but my best days are all in my past. I've been working like a slave, trying to say, now look, but I am like bad. And then it's that law. Yeah. When I got a wristwatch, probably never respond. Anytime I risk my life, talking out of TikTok, watching all on TikTok. I'm within the bag, yeah, I'm within the risk my life. And then it's that law. When I got a wristwatch, probably never respond. Anytime I risk my life, talking out of TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm within the bag, yeah, I'm within the risk my life. Yeah.
I was in Bronx, New York when I decided this the type of life that I live. I made sacrifices, what the fuck you writing for? You know you do not give. I got right back on my feet, I fell face first the first time, I'll admit I did. Took a couple years for me to feel like I did not fall upon all deaf ears. Niggas wanna wait, but I call that fear. At least I got a place for if all else fails. Nigga, I went on a date, told her call that live. I told her lose my line, then don't call back here. Yeah, I'm about to lose my mind, I got all that clear. Hey, listen to me rhyme, it can't hold back tears. Gamble on a life, but it won't be fair. Cut it off with some sand and a beach chair. And then in the set line, when I got a wristwatch, cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, talking at the TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all. I'm willing to risk my life. And then in the set line, when I got a wristwatch, cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, talking at the TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all. I'm willing to risk my life.
Hey, yo, what's good, Token Smart fam? So good to be here with you guys today. Let's have some fun. It's your boy Natuno Blue. Got some original music coming up for you in the next 6 minutes.
Leave the crib like once a day. Trust myself and no one they fucking with my boring face. Make this money by this web. I am leaving memos for people that don't reply. So when I'm in a foreign country and you hit me back, I'm tired. Yeah. Smoking mirrors, wrong with scissors. Built with this my soundtrack. Hold me up like broken pillars. Never meant to bounce back. Picking up the plane, hide your face. JFK like Maryland. Pop pills, Seroquel. We'll move on to better things. I gotta work on myself. Gotta nurse my dumb ass back to health. Why you so distant? Who's here to listen? No one with a show done and the curtains closed and the drove gone. Find a better life will have more fun. Put a better price in the storefront. Pick your poison, better be a choice that you can live with. All that glitters isn't gold in this flower eucalyptus. I got people walking by me on the street, they taking pictures. So the energy been fueling me, can't wait till it eclipses. I don't know where I've been going, but I hope it's somewhere comfortable. They love me when I'm gone, but when I'm here I feel disposable. I should be indestructible, but vanish when the curtains close. Screw guys, I'm going home, excuse me if I'm going. I don't know where I've been going, but I hope it's somewhere comfortable. They love me when I'm gone, but when I'm here I feel disposable. I should be indestructible, but vanish when the curtains close. Screw guys, I'm going home, excuse me if I'm going ghost.
Yeah. Good morning, Token Smart. I hope you guys have had a good morning so far.
Abrasive, so evasive, it's seeming. It's not the basics, caught in the matrix, y'all dreaming. See, once upon a time with the cleanest, just another rapper getting washed on the daily. Cause I'm a genius, meanest, but I ain't self-serving. This ain't well-earning. I'm giving change to the people on the daily. Maybe it's millionaires that's holding up signs that they need change. Not in the literal, but in the spiritual. This ain't political. Y'all do the minimal. Sometimes you gotta take a knee just to take a stand. I'm off a piece to say the least, but that go both ways like the Dalai Lama or I got the llama. Some do a lie, praise be the father those. I'm screaming peace to all my peoples in the barrios. I ain't a trapper turned rapper, I'm a rapper's rapper. and I'm just walking in my truth.
Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of a king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of a king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of the king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring.
Now don't be messy, the flow address me, confess me. Don't ever test me, I do for less beat like Gretzky. The ball's in your corner, and bros y'all be a goner. Turn it up just like a sauna, homie that be my persona. I keep my armor tucked, evil still reluctantly. Not the tallest dude, but people still look up to me. I circulate the globe, something like polo, fictitious is Momo. You're moving in slow-mo, but that be a no-no. I don't diss the mumble rappers, homie, balance is good. Every now and then you need some junk food, that's overstood. It's no longer iffy, I flow like Griffey, my pimpy. The blimby sickly, to Mississippi. The envy is coming closer to us. They playing poker through us. Just keep my mental on the prize and you'll be shining, baby. I ain't a trapper turned rapper, I'm a rapper's rapper.
Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of a king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of a king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring in the presence of the king. Now let me do my thing. I'm dipping when I swing, telling shorty kiss the ring.
I write bars with a headache, turning visions to minis, turning little to plenty, turning sense to plenty. Writing riddles is scarce, your boys chasing the money. Transactions make the ball backtrack. I keep running, got my weed in the lunch stick. Keep it low, ain't no stunting. Trying to build shit to something, turning concrete to mountains, turn a stream to a fountain. Keep this real as I write this. I'm just trying to eat, man. I ain't feeling the itis. I take your advice if it means that I'll be prices. Cause it inspired mind beats any crisis. That's why when I rhyme, I try to enlighten. So you defy the odds, then redefine your logic. Listen, synchronized beats heal the heart and brings knowledge. Pushing on the drugs to make a boy an alcoholic. Fucking tough skin, that's well-being for the damn profits. Now I'm drowning out the noise everywhere, and I'm a conscious nigga.
Yeah, chasing tomorrow, I ain't coming back. Chasing tomorrow, destiny follows, you can take me back. Yeah, chasing tomorrow, I ain't coming back. Chasing tomorrow, my destiny follows, you can take me back.
Now you can take it back, turn it around to a gag. Got my foot on the gas, to the future I dash. Finding myself at last, turning this into a stack. Turning time into cash, but fuck it, I'm over that. I wanna smoke, make tracks, then kick back, write raps like stats. Cause damn, I spit facts, but these days, Mondays look scary. Ideas are mundane and fresh gets every time. Don't trust nobody near me but my mom. Trust nobody snakes in the grass, so I've been doing alone. Yeah, tears in my eyes, conversations with the Lord as I ask for the breakfast thumbs up better not damn. Pushing myself, that's daily. Pushing night shift, that's lately. Take a step back, that's crazy. All of these bars, they make me. Fucking nightmare, I daydream. Even though things don't appear as the racing, you better be trying to make waves in the mainstream. I'm running away, don't chase. Meet me.
Yeah, chasing tomorrow, chasing tomorrow. Chasing tomorrow, destiny follows, you can take it back. Chasing tomorrow, I ain't coming back. Chasing tomorrow, my destiny follows, you can take it back. Chasing tomorrow, I ain't coming back. Chasing tomorrow, my destiny follows, you can take it back.
Hey, yo, Token Smart, it's your boy Natuno Blue. I've got something very, very special for you guys coming up. The next 20 minutes of music you guys hear is all completely original. I've got some unreleased stuff in there. I've got some stuff from my EP in there. And I've got some visuals I prepared just for you. Enjoy.
But I promise to be worth it in the end. Ooh, yeah. Tonight I'll be loving you tenderly. Your form is divine, I confess. I'll show you the dreams that you missed. Baby, pull back your hair and let me sink my teeth into your skin. I promise to be gentle with your petals. Ooh, that lavender scent, damn. I wanna make you scream my name into an endless night. So can we take our time? I really wanna make you mine. 20 minutes later, I'll be wearing you around, yeah. Kissing up the back of your neck where you like it. I'm putting on a show, girl, I wanna let you know how much you make me feel it all. 20 minutes later, I'll be wearing you around, kissing up the back of your neck where you like it. I'm putting on a show, girl, I wanna let you know how much you make me feel it all. I try to catch you in my sleep all the time, but you always run. The thrill of the chase is what you want. And through these empty sheets, I wonder so endlessly trying to find your caramel skin and the lips like wine. You know you're so damn fine. So won't you pull back your hair and let me sink my teeth into your skin. I promise to be gentle with your petals. Ooh, that lavender scent, yeah. I wanna make you scream my name into an endless night. So can we take our time? Baby girl, I wanna make you mine. 20 minutes later, I'll be bringing you around, yeah. Kissing up the back of your neck where you like it. I'm putting on a show, girl, I wanna let you know how much you make me feel it all. 20 minutes later, I'll be wearing you around, kissing up the back of your neck where you like it. Putting on a show, girl, I wanna let you know how much you make me feel it all. True love is something I give to you. Would my intent be taken for granted lately now? And if I gave my heart to you, would you swear to cherish me too? 'Cause I still want you somehow. I'm addicted to you now. but it only happens sometimes.
Seems we'll be apart for a while. There's isolation's a new friend of mine, but I know as the time goes by, I'll only think of you all the while. Do you think of me at all? From the moon to the stars over in the night sky, these city lights will bring us back to life. And all I want to do is go chasing you. I go chasing you, 'cause I want to love you back. I said I wanted to love you back. Girl, I wanted to love you back. Yeah. Said I wanted to love you back. Ocean of devotion, give me all your love. Between lakes where I've had it all. Baby girl, you know that I want you so. Don't know when I'll see you again, love. My heart it beats loud with emptiness. Baby girl, I hope that you come back soon. Yeah. 'Cause I wanted to love you back. Said I wanted to love you back. Girl, I wanted to love you, babe. Said I wanted to love you back. Your heart and soul. Undress you with my words and intentions. I'll offer you my potion of devotion. My heart is just a mixtape of these notions. I'm trying to be closer to your love, but even if I wanted to be perfect, no, I could never truly be yours. Because I figured you out. Even if I try to be persistent, no, I could never truly be yours. And I know that about you now. Even if I feel you up when you're feeling down, alone at night when we mess around, still I know as the time goes by, I'll only think of you all the while. Do you think of me at all? Am I the only one?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
There we go. There we go. Big shout out to the pre-whip trip, Trippy Yogi, putting it together as always. This is Matthew, in case you don't know. The whip is back right before we go back on another break for Thanksgiving over here in the States next week. Really stoked to be here with that. Gotta say, this week has been crazy. Was able to chat with Ice Cube, some other folks, but honestly, the whip, hanging out with all of you guys, listening to amazing speakers that we have here today, doing some super secret field trips is really what it's all about. Today we have SynthiaNominae coming back, talking to us about what she has cooking up on her plate, probably over at Async Art, among other things. We have Epic Dylan coming back, talking today about PageDAO, and we have a really, really fun field trip afterwards that we'll peel off the lid on as soon as we get to the end of the show. Big shout out, as always, to our sponsor, Proof of Beauty. Make sure you go check them out at pob.studio, learn everything that they're doing. But I'll pass the mic to the hype master, our man Rizzle. Rizzle, man, take it away. Let the folks know what they need to know, and then let's get the show rolling.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Give me an affirmative. Whoa. You got the affirmative?
Loud and clear.
Oh, Matt, if you're in the bathroom, man, mute your thing. Okay, so actually, Matt, Paradox and I, we just changed everything up on you, what we're gonna do afterwards. So like, check your DMs, and we may just like revamp everything. So scratch everything that Matt said. We're gonna change everything up. We're sort of like on the fly this week. We got rugged by Skeeny. Unfortunately, Skeeny's like legit sick. We had some things planned. We're gonna host over at his place. So we will circle back to Skeeny's place. They're all right. So nothing too tragic, but not in good enough shape to do all the things today. So wanted to host at Brookhawk's place, and if you've never been to Brookhawk's place, you should totally break into it. But he was being a total diva and doesn't want to host at his place until he's done doing a few things or whatever. So seriously, if it's like a work in progress, it's one of the most incredible works in progress I've seen in crypto voxels in a while. So I strongly encourage you to break into Brookhawk's place. We do. What's up, Brookhawk? The tip bot hates us. I had actually saved up enough to deposit into it, and it was hating me earlier today. And then went to deposit and wants to charge us like 3,000 something whipsy to deposit into it. So If worse comes to worse, I think we've built up enough stash that I can do that at some point, but I hate to just like get rugged by these bots that who knows what they're going to do with our stash, right? It should go to y'all, not the bots. So we will figure it out. Thank you, Sandy, for spreading some whipsy on the crowd. Yeah, we need to talk Discord corporate. We need to be able to spread our worthless currency to the audience as intended. Thank you, Pixels. So we'll figure it out. In the meantime, there's plenty of airdrops going on. We got giveaways going on. Like I said, we changed it up on Matt. He's totally out of the loop now. We will miss you all next week. But word is Savage Prebes, aka Blackheart Honeymoon. I've actually seen the voxel turkey he's cooked up. So I think we're going to plan some sort of thing. It's always nice to do some sort of like fun holiday thing that doesn't involve a lot of heavy lifting, that we can all like, just sort of hang out like we did last year. So we'll figure that out and let you all know. We got prizes and stuff and things going on. Make sure you're in Crypto Voxels. It looks like already weird stuff is going on. I'm going to drop the link in here. Yeah, who doesn't love stuff, right? I'm naked on my screen, but I see I'm clothed in the other screen, so it's something, we'll figure it out. But we're going to do a thing. You're going to have to be in there to do the thing so you can get the stuff. And I think that's everything on my end. Shout out, obviously, Whip Crew, Token Smart Crew, Easy, Paradox, Trippy Show, Timmy Tubador, Guts Berserk, Chibi, Alex, Grev, Foxy Yoga, Carolina Duh, Sandy the Meow Meow. Happy late birthday to Sandy and Carolina, Dragonade, Trizlet, Musashi, whoever else I'm missing, Foxy Yoga, I think I said you in the beginning, hopefully I did, and everybody else I'm missing. Thank you all so much. I'm going to pass the mic. Who's going first here? I'm naked and disoriented in the B20 establishment here.
Jared's going first.
Awesome. If you're ready to go. Yes. Sandy's got a thing to do. Find your thing on Twitter if you want to get the thing for her birthday. If you're ready to go, grab the mic and take it away. So I think, I was going to say, I think I confused everybody, but Tara Naomi is whacked. Sorry, we do that sometimes to our guests. You should be unwhacked now. Yo, hey. All right. Yo, sorry about that. Welcome.
Thank you. Can we also unmute my friend and collaborator, Jeff Nicholas? Can you find him and unmute him? Because actually, I am coming today to tell you about a project that we're working on. It's incredible. We are building in public. It's new. It's AI music made by digital artists, AI artists, and it's called Warps by Warp Sound. So I wanted to share a little bit about that with the community, since it is still quite early and fits into the WIP format here. So I think maybe I'd like to take it away. Can Jeff share some video and share just a little kind of intro on the project and what we're doing?
Absolutely. Jeff is unmuted on our end. It's possible he's on push to talk. I see his mic is off, but I don't see his thing lighting up if he's on mobile. The easiest way to do a video share would probably be for Jeff to just like do a screen share, and then we can all click on his name in the live stream here and watch what he's watching.
Oh, awesome. Jeff, can you hear us? If not, then I will do it from my end. So I'm just going to tell everybody, we'll see. I think Jeff will come in as soon as he can. But so essentially what Warp Sound is, it's a digital artist collective. And if you go to warpsound.ai, you can see the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing, but what we've shared so far. And our team is made up of people with decades-long experience in different aspects of technology and music. And so we're not just kind of like jumping on the music PFP thing to get in there while it's hot. But I honestly do believe that music PFPs are the next big thing. And this company, we've been working on this AI music for the last 2.5 years. So the PFP is really sort of the entry point into this much bigger community. And we have 3 digital artists. We've got they each have their own style. And like I said, the music is generated in real time by AI. And so it's also fully interactive. So like we have a Twitch show. We just had it last night. And if anyone wants to check out our Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/warpsound. And you'll see these AI artists interacting in real time with the audience. And so they can interact via chat commands. That's what we do on Twitch. It can make the music go louder, slower, faster. You know, they can slime the beat. They can do all kinds of stuff interactively, and it changes in real time. And then we also can do stuff live. Like we went to Tribeca this last year, and we had our AI artists performing for an audience outside, and they used their mobile commands. We would have used mobile motion sensors rather, but because of social distancing, we had to do chat commands via mobile devices. So it's a really interesting project. It's gonna the PFP is gonna come with a unique 8-bar audio that is fully commercially licensed, and it is mapped to the traits of the visuals. So like the different traits and rarities and metadata of the visual art on the PFP will determine this unique audio fingerprint that you get with the PFP, and that can be used for anything. We have there's kind of out. Well, we're not announcing it yet publicly, but like you're going to be able to take the PFP and plug it back into our machine learning and generate a full length track that's also completely unique based on the metadata of your PFP. And I think Jeff is up. I think he's up.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me now.
Hi.
My audio is, hey, there we go. My audio is like completely out. So apologize for that. Yeah, thanks. You did a good run through though.
I was like, Jeff, come on, Jeff. Yeah. So yeah, Jeff has this little piece of video from our Tribeca live experience. You can kind of see the artists in action, and the artists are what the PFP is based on. So this is the
yeah. What I'll do is I'll share this video. This is kind of like it's a recap from Tribeca, so it's got some stats in there too of more like marketing stats from that. But I'll share that to give you a sense of what the performances are like. And then I've got a little alpha for you guys. We just got some of the first generative PFP art back. So I'm going to flip through some of that too, so you guys can get a sense of what that's going to be. But let me play this. Hopefully this works. We'll see what happens.
It's working for me.
So hopefully that gives you a sense of kind of like what we do, what the artists do when they perform live. It was a big 40-foot screen. People in the audience were able to interact via their mobile device. So they were voting on sliming the beat or making it faster, making it slower. And then those collabs were happening in real time too. So A-Track was mixing live with DJ Dragoon, who was creating music using AI live. So it's kind of a mind fuck, but it's all been pretty awesome to work on. And we're going live every Wednesday on Twitch, so you can jump in Twitch in the Twitch chat and you can be part of basically that experience, but a version that's set up for broadcast. And so the artists are, these are living, breathing virtual artists that are, we're just kind of helping them make music and have careers. And then the PFP project is really based around derivatives of them. So you can own a derivative of them. They basically went into this like crazy, there's a bunch of lore around this, but they went into this sort of like cosmic plane and were making music together, and something happened and they glitched and they created these 10,000 versions of themselves that you can then go collect. And when you collect, you own the PFP art, and then you also own an 8-bar loop, as Tara was saying, that's attached to them, that's based off of their traits, and then you can do whatever you want with that loop. We're excited to see what people do with it, which should be pretty rad. And then later on down the road, as part of the roadmap, you'll be able to then connect back to the site, generate new music based on your traits, link up with other people, create different AI, compositions based off of their combined traits, all kinds of stuff. So for us, this is really like we've been working on the platform for 2 years. And when we look at roadmap, we look at like 5-year roadmap. This isn't like, hey, let's sell a PFP project out and dip out. So should be really fun. And I'm going to do one more share if that's cool. Cause I know we only have a little bit of time here, but I wanted to show you guys are going to be the first to see this actually, if this works. Yeah, there we go.
I don't even know if I've seen this yet.
I don't know if you've seen this. So this is some of the versions of PFP art that we're working through right now. These are different variations of Goon. Wow. So some serious alpha there. And then let me switch off that. And I'm going to share one more. And I'm just really excited. These literally just came in. So you're seeing them first. So this is Naomi, a couple different versions of her. Lots of different variations. These aren't done. This is the first pass of generation, so backgrounds and stuff aren't quite in, but you get a sense. I'm trying to click through pretty quick. But yeah, it's fun, and we're really excited. So that's what I got.
Yeah, this project. I've been asked to join different projects probably like almost every day for the last several months. And this is the project, the PFP project that I decided to join. First, I joined the team of Async, and then I was like, and now I'm going to join this team because this project blew my mind. And everything that comes out, every time there's something more, like seeing the art now, it's just like, it's pretty awesome. So I also, I wanted to tell everybody that we have actually a live in studio session later today. We've been working with different artists and producers for 2 years to train the AI and the machine learning. And one of the producers that has been instrumental in training the AI has been Young Guru. And we're going to do a little, like, just for our Discord. It's like we're going to do a little like behind the scenes, fly on the wall type peek into the studio today, while Young Guru and Steve Pardo, who's the head of our music department, they're going to be working on specifically, I think, mastering, so that like all the tracks that come out sound as if they've been not only professionally produced by, the top producers in the world, but also mastered in such a way that you're going to hear them and just be like, oh, okay. When you hear it, it's like you're not going to believe that it's AI generated, and I'm excited for that evolution in AI audio that we're helping to usher in with this project.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note there, like Young Guru's been instrumental in the process. Mike Shinoda's been instrumental in the process as well, and so Stolen Drums and Decap and Chip Soul and a bunch of other artists. And what we're doing, it's really this human-machine collaboration where the AI is learning and it's generating compositions in real time, and then the producers are coming in and they're offering sound sets and helping create audio fingerprints basically for the artists. So then Naomi or DJ Dragoon, like, they have their own signature sound that's been sort of crafted with those producers and with different sounds. So what Guru is going to do today is they're coming in and they're building automated mastering into it. So it's not like we're generating tracks and then they're going to sit there and master it. He's actually working with Steve. Steve was at Harmonix and worked on Guitar Hero and some of the VR titles over there at Harmonix as well. They're going to be sitting in the studio building the system that can master it on the fly. So when the AI generates it in 3 seconds, then it passes all the way through this pipeline and comes out unmastered track. So yeah, so if you want to jump into that, jump in our Discord. We're trying to make sure we can fit as many people into the channels as we can. So as soon as I hop off this, I'm gonna go set that up. But that should be fun, and that'll be the first of many. We've got a lot of people coming in to do like firesides and animation demos and AI generative art demos and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we're really excited. If you can't tell, and like I said, this is just the beginning. We have like such a long road ahead of us that I've just sort of been building my whole career to this point in Web3. So that's great.
And I have to say, Jeff created like the virtual, like the VR experiences for like Coldplay's tour. And so like our team is really coming from some, you know, incredibly accomplished backgrounds, all related to tech and music. This is not like a new venture for any of us. And I'm just excited to share it with everyone here. So I posted the link to our Discord in the chat as well. We still have, I think, about 40 spots left in our first 1,000 members, which is a role we're calling our whitelist. We're calling VIP access, so that's there's still maybe 40 spots left in that, and that's also how you get in to see Young Guru session today. So yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Damn. Like, I knew Tara was coming back, and I knew she's going to bring the alpha, but oh my God, like, I had no idea this is what you're going to talk about. This is such a crazy, awesome project. I know there's some questions from the audience. And when did you join the team? When did the team start? I'm curious about the background of this, because there's a lot of moving parts here that have come together already.
Yeah, Jeff, when did I join? Like a couple months ago?
Yeah, I think you came in September when we started moving into this part of it. But then we've been working on this for about 2 years, and really the idea was, the thesis was like, can AI generate music that people want to listen to, and can we create virtual artists that people would want to follow and engage with? And then like that started 2 years ago, and then sort of NFTs and Web3 started to really move. And it was like, well, shit, here's the perfect way for us to involve a community building in public with us from almost the beginning, now that the AI is ready, rather than trying to like serve content at people. So Tara's been fantastic in helping build community. And yeah, she's our ride or die now.
That's awesome. And I know Sho has some questions locked and loaded for you all, so I'll pass the mic to Sho.
Great.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Hi.
This project is so cool. Just like wrapping my head around all of it right now. Looking at the recent stream with Glitch's Mutant brought me back to my days in Second Life. There was a lot of virtual music events there, and it was like it was a very different experience during its time. When it comes to AI-generated, interactive, collaborative PFP projects, what are some of the problems in the space that Warp Sound is attempting to solve with it?
It's a good question. I think what we're trying to do is give people a different way to play with music and bring music into, and more multimedia into the space and into what you might do with a PFP or something, or an NFT that you own, or something on the blockchain. So I don't know that that's a problem that we're trying to solve, but it's definitely how do we bring something that's more engaging than just a JPEG, right?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Speaking of which, in regards to right-clicking and saving things, and I'm pretty sure the artwork that you're working on will have more value in the future because it looks dope. I guess without leaking alpha, what would you say would be the best way to incorporate audio into a PFP in order to take it to the next level, or even incorporating music or some sort of animation into a PFP? Because PFPs on Twitter, for example, are static compared to on Discord where they're like GIFs,
Yeah, that's one of the things we were trying to tackle early on, is like, how do we link this stuff together in a way that's really usable And instead of landing on like BT did that amazing iframed project that was like 250,000 lines of Python code, and it like changes with the time of day, and it's going to last on chain forever. And that's really dope, but you can't use that as a PFP. Like, you can't iframe in some really dope content. And then most of the place where PFPs are being used is, you know, on Twitter or wherever, where it's static. So we wanted to be able to like supply people with something they can use readily. So you can just, you know, you buy that NFT, you can grab it and you can use it as your PFP, just like anything. And you know, once like Twitter builds in validation of PFPs or wallets, then, you know, it'll show up there and you can use it, right? Because it's an image. But also anywhere that you have more multimedia capability, we want you to be able to pull that and use it. So whether it's taking that soundtrack that we're creating and you're grabbing it off of that, off of OpenSea or off of our site, and going and taking that as a soundtrack on TikTok, or pulling it into the studio and creating something with it. We wanted to give that opportunity as well. So since we're so early days, it's going to look like a marriage of, you know, image and audio together, right? You'll have a little there on OpenSea, for example, there will be a little play button on it, and depending on where that shows up, where the NFT is displayed, it will depend on how it shows up. As we progress further down the road and the technology advances more, or the means of distribution of the technology advances more, then we'll be creating new things, you know, as we go, that'll let people, you know, use the music or use video or use 3D characters in different ways.
And then if anyone else has any questions for Jeff or Tara, make sure you just drop that in the chat, tag them in Discord. I know they're going to be hopping over to their own Discord for the event. Make sure you go join that, by the way. Be one of the first 1,000 members. I need to exit one server before I can join. I'll be right there shortly.
Yay, come on over.
Thank you.
I know one of the things
so much.
Well, I was just going to comment. One of the things you mentioned about Second Life and about Glitch performing last night. So for those in the audience who are curious what that means, we brought a mutant ape. We rigged and modeled a mutant ape. His name is Glitch. His name was voted on by the community, and he's now an official part of the Warp Sound crew. And he performs live and generates music live. And that relationship to Second Life, like all of our characters, all of our virtual artists are built in a way where those models are real time ready. So as soon as we can, you know, bring them into Decentraland or CryptoVoxels or whatever the next, you know, version of, you know, the visual metaverse is, that's the plan. We wanted them to be platform agnostic from the core IP level, and then you know, they can go anywhere. And by them building their careers, it actually helps all the token holders as well.
I just posted a picture of Glitch, also a 3D image of Glitch in the chat at the turntable there. So if anyone wants to check out Glitch, he's in there. Actually, I'll post a picture of our other artists in the chat too. Hold on a second. There we go. All right. So yeah, in the chat, you'll see DJ Dragoon to the left. Then you get Glitch. Then you get Narheart, the little bunny, and you get Naomi, who is it's all coincidental. I have nothing to do. We share a similar name, but that has nothing to do with anything intentional. It's just pretty cool.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much. Super stoked to see everything that you build out with Warp Sounds, and it definitely sounds like there's gonna be like a million different updates that are coming down the pipeline. So feel free to reach out and come back with your fire hose of alpha for all of us here at the WIP.
We will.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you all so much for having us.
Awesome. Cool. Next up, we have Epic Dylan back in the house, and I think he's bringing a couple more heads this week as well. Be focusing on Page DAO and what you guys are cooking up over there. So whenever you're ready, unmute and take it away, Dylan.
Hey, yeah. Thank you so much for having me back. It feels really good to be at the WIP meetup, and yeah, I mean, we've got some Page DAO alpha to drop for you guys. So stay tuned. And we may have a really fun airdrop coming up as well. So basically, I've invited 3 people to join me here, and these 3 people are all participants in the I don't know. I guess you could probably say it's the biggest paged out project right now, which is the book that we're working on in conjunction with the Hash Masks, PFP project. And basically the idea behind that is that one of the hashies came up with the idea to name a hash mask the abduction of Ganymede. And he decided to name it that and write a story about it. And basically that's what PageDAO has been kind of up to alongside all the other things. We're also in Hack Atom. So we're basically working to kind of finish putting together this dApp that we've been building to make it possible for people to mint these books that we're creating as NFTs on the blockchain. And we fully intend for the books to have basically like a PDF that you can view on your mobile device or on your desktop. We also want there to be a link in the NFT itself, possibly behind the token gate, that you can use to access a print-on-demand service and purchase a physical copy of the book, which you'll then have the rights to do whatever you want with. You can go sell it. You could buy one of our NFTs and, order 50 books and sell them in your bookstore if you wanted to, so the goal is to try to set things up so that NFTs are controlling the book industry, basically. That's a lofty goal. Our plan for Hack Atom is to basically take the dApp that's going to let us make these NFT books, and then port that using Evmos over to its own Cosmos SDK blockchain. We fully intend to do that as part of the incentivized testnet that Evmos is running. We know everybody hates paying gas fees. We know gas is, way too high. But we have this really sick app that we're really stoked about, and we want to put that out anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and do basically like an ETH book. And then after that, other books that we do will hopefully be IBC books. So it won't matter if you want to, transfer it on Matic or wrap it to mainnet ETH and do the ETH thing with it for some reason or whatever. You'll also be able to manage it through your Cosmos wallet, like Kepler or whatever the case may be, or maybe even MetaMask. So technology-wise, what we're working on is something that's a little bit more rudimentary than the last project that everybody just saw. We're trying to take the existing book industry as it is and sort of upload it, if that makes any sense. And they're doing like a bunch of AI stuff, which is super cool. So maybe we should collab with them at some point and build something a little bit more complicated together. That's kind of like the high level like overview of PageDAO and where we're at. Oddly enough, it may actually turn out to be the case that we wrote our white paper this year and we put the whole project together this year. So that's pretty cool. If that ends up working out. And we do have a token, so if you're interested in being involved in the project, you can go buy any amount you want on Uniswap, and actually if you hold 100 or more in your connected Ethereum address, you are officially a PageDAO member, and our Discord will recognize that and give you the role. So that's super cool, and there's tons of stuff going on. Don't anybody think that because we're talking about one particular project today that's all that's going on. Because we have collaborative writing stuff going on every day of the week, all the time, and some of it is amazing. We've had the good fortune to discover some really talented writers, and just some leaders from communities around the metaverse. So I would love to bring up Mr. White Chocolate and just get him to tell us a little bit about kind of the history and the background and what made this particular hash mask the one to write this story about. Are you there with us, Mr. White Chocolate?
Perhaps.
I hear something. Yeah, there you are. Perfect.
Hey, thank you for that great introduction.
Hey, of course. And Lindsay's here. She just said white chocolate is everywhere I am today, so that's pretty cool. Thanks for introducing us, Lindsay. We have become very, very good friends.
and everywhere you want to be. At the MasterCard or something. I digress. Talking about Ganymede. Right?
Yeah.
Ganymede is everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, what made that hash mask deserve the name "The Abduction of Ganymede"? And from there, like, what led to the book?
Yeah, well, so what it is, if Lindsay, can you go on the Hashmask website since you're so good with the computer? If go to the hashmask.com and in the gallery tab, just type in, I bet if you just get to names and do GANY, probably even without the MEDE, it'll pull up an image and maybe show people. But so that guy, that fine feller, has a few things going for him that just really pointed to Zeus and his eagle. And one, well, it's an eagle mask. So that was kind of a dead giveaway there. And then what really brought it together, we'd received some suggestions for names, and they didn't quite fit because it has in the bottom right corner, you can see a glyph for the planet Jupiter. So Jupiter is associated with Zeus. And what had happened was this was, if we go back to May, it looks like this kind of happening again with ETH getting this flash crash and a bit of a reset is what brought someone to, I guess, maybe need a little liquidity and dropped it into I believe that was the NFT 20 liquidity pool. So if you've got a hash mask and you need some liquidity quick, it's going to treat it like a floor model and let you cash out. And since I work in the MassDAO server in the Discord, we were there, and then all of a sudden the word broke, a bunch of glyphs in the pool, everyone grab. And so I had happened to, I did a little bit of trading more at the time and swapped one out, grabbed him, and then it was just a struggle to find the name, and it kind of just came back to Zeus, to what fit. And the abduction of Ganymede is that would be 45-year-old Greek myth that's, can be found in ancient pottery of telling that story, and all the way to be done up by Michelangelo, Rembrandt, and some others that escape my mind right now. And so it felt like by naming him in that kind of, became a part of the fraternity of just great artists who have created, a rendition of this work. And then it felt incomplete because it was just the name. And where was the story to go with it? And I understand that, those paintings didn't have stories to go with them other than the classic Greek myth. And so what we did, we added a little bit. And it was just a great experience putting this together for you all. How's that for a long-winded answer?
Oh, it sounds very good. And yeah, I mean, like, I love the openness with this space. It's a time where if you have ideas, you can talk to other people about those ideas, and sometimes they see eye to eye with you, and you can work together with them to make the vision become a reality. And I don't know, there's something about that is just so enchanting to me that I can hardly break myself away from it.
This was, what you're saying right now is just taking back a few hours ago. I had the fortune of being on GeckoCon, part of CoinGecko's 3-day thing. And one of the questions was, what advice would you give to people new in the space? And, it was, of course, don't put in what you can't lose, find something that you really love and connect with, and look at community. And then by the time it got to me, I was like, man, all these answers are given up. They've already been given. So what's left? And it's to be vulnerable. So I'm going to give that advice again. And if there's some piece, if you're listening to this, sometimes when we're growing up, parents, teachers tell us that we can't be artists in some way, literary, music, whatever it is. Let that kid back out. allow yourself to be vulnerable and tell someone. And if you've got those friends that you've made, maybe they'll be able to help you. And, you know, I got really lucky running into Dylan through Lindsay, and then, you know, got to connect with Daz and all these great folks and watch the dream come true. So if, it sounds cliche, but if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. And just be willing to put yourself out there. That's my advice.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I so agree with that. And in the spirit of just why we're so on that train, Daz, are you with us?
Yes, I see
able
him
to
there. Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
can you-
Yeah, Daz, I wanted to bring you on for a minute and ask you a question, if you don't mind, just about your involvement with the project, and maybe you could tell the people just a little bit about kind of how you discovered PageDAO, because I know how we discovered you. We were doing the goofy pass the pin thing, and you showed up and just blew us away with those mad writing skills that you've got, and the mind's eye that you have that just takes whatever you see and kind of turns it into a page of text, and that's like super cool. It's such an amazing gift, and I'm so glad that we're getting to be friends and that we've managed to link up and everything. Yeah, anything at all that you would like to tell everybody, man? Go for it. There's a lot of different really interesting things that we could discuss here. I think for me the big question is you know, how are you doing? How are you holding up? I know it's been a lot of work. We're kind of really close to the end though. We see the light at the end of that tunnel.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for having me, and Dylan, thanks for the kind words about my work. Yeah, it's been an amazing experience, I suppose. You know, just from the very start, from the onset, when you contacted me originally about the project, it was kind of the top secret project, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say no to something like that, of course. And to watch it evolve and watch all these other people join, and to, you know, get this amazing team together that have propelled and enthused and driven on everyone else, I think it's just been a phenomenal experience. And shout out to Spark Twain as well for conceiving the original story. It was a very nice experience to write someone else's kind of story, because I really watched it come alive. And it took kind of corners I wasn't anticipating, and characters did things I didn't expect them to do. So it was such a nice experience. And I suppose we all kind of wrote together as well, myself, yourself, and my chocolate, and then kind of bounce ideas off each other, and then watch whole chapters be written overnight by someone else, and you're kind of rereading them, and they're going and taking angles that you wouldn't have anticipated. It was such an unusual experience, but such a good one as well. I feel so proud and privileged to have been involved in it, because it's an untraditional way of writing, but I really think that we have something amazing at the end of it. And it was great that everyone came together, from James with the illustrations, and Easy and Phil and Joe Blank with the layout as well. It was just a great team, I think, working to the best of their potential and just really pulling on each other. And I was just glad to be a clog in the wheel, really.
Oh man, you're so much more than a cog in the wheel. Just for context, everybody, I think Daz may be the one person that we could not have pulled this project off, you know, with, you know, or without. I mean, I do want one other person to jump up to and say a few words, and that's Mr. James. But do you have something else for us, right quick, Daz? I thought I heard something.
Hey, this is Rizzle here. I'm jumping in for Matt. Apparently, WIP Baby is doing WIP Baby things, and so I'm sort of playing substitute Matt here. But I'd love to hear from the next person, man. And then we got a quick question or two from the audience that I know Show has been queuing up, and a group photo coming up with Paradox and a thing. Yeah, like a real baby. So yeah, man. But pass the mic to who you got up next, man, and then let's get a couple of questions in there.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you, Rizzle. All right, Mr. Cowan, are you able to unmute, sir?
Oh, I'm here.
All right. Well, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you have handled the art, and you've worked with Mr. Carlos Ruiz to really just do a stellar job with some animation. If you would care to just tell people about how you found the project and what you think of it and how it's been, and Well, I wanted to have more targeted questions, but I think it's probably best to just be open-ended.
Right. And so I came to this project through PageDAO with Dylan, and it's been a great experience. Literally one of the smoother projects I've worked on, which is saying something. I'm a freelance illustrator. I got the treatment, and after reading the treatment, I was just flooded with images and more mystic images, kind of a Mike Manola style, to give it a very ethereal feeling, and really loved the context. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology growing up. I'm a big fan of any mythology growing up. And between PageDAO, MassDAO, and everybody, this has been just, they've been awesome, because I'm not the smartest person when it comes to NFT and crypto, but I've been adapting and pushing forward. And I've really loved the experience. And shout out to Carlos Ruiz, who is our other principal artist and concept artist along with me. And it's actually, I don't have anything negative to say about the experience. Even on a time crunch, this was one of the best projects I've worked on in a long time. And I think that there's big things coming in the future for this format and the way that it's put out there, because it really does add an accessible way to not only get my art out there, but also be able to produce a book in different formats within crypto and NFT that I've never seen before. And from what I'm hearing, it's a pretty new format as well. Our images and everything are based on such a great story, and the writing has been phenomenal. And beyond that, I'll digress and let Dylan get back up on the mic.
Well, thank you so much for that, James. Yeah, I hope the audience is kind of getting a feel for everybody on the team, the way that I have one, because this is just, I mean, this is an all-star cast, and good things are happening, man. But Rizzle, you were saying there are some questions from the audience or something like that, right?
Yes, dude. Before that, I'd just like to preface, man, I have a great appreciation for what you guys are doing, and I know you've always been so far out in front of this like particular niche within the crypto NFT space, man. So big props to what you guys have accomplished here. Showman, hit us with some questions, man. I saw a few pop up. What do you got for them?
And I just want to say, whippy, super proud of the team. Take it, show.
Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, so that's that's great. We love how everyone has golden vocal cords on this team. You know, looking forward to all of the audio books and each of you reading them to us and tucking us in at night. We have a question from Indefatigable. He would like to know how much daily communication does it take to put together a book with multi-collaborators?
Oh man, that's epic, especially because Indy is in our group chat, so he has a very solid handle on how much communication we're always doing. And yeah, it's a lot, man. I mean, I would say advice-wise, like there's probably two things that come to mind in terms of what I didn't know going into this that I know now. And the first thing is, like, you know, you got to let people do what they want to do. Spark Twain came in, he got really excited, he wrote a bunch of cool stuff, gave us basically like an outline that we kind of transformed into the book after he took off. And he wanted to leave, and I was so sad. But really and truly, like, yeah, it is a huge draw in terms of the amount of communication, the amount of time it takes. And so, you know, at the end of the day, maybe sometimes people just want to be part of it, like during the early phase, and then they want to take off and do their own thing, and that's okay. As long as you have a strong team that you know is communicating well, that's probably the most important part. But secondly, I think just writing stuff down is about the biggest deal in the world, because you know if we're creators, we like to sit down and we like to talk and we like to dream, and when we do that, it kind of uses up our ideas. And if we don't write them down, a lot of times we kind of end up back where we started and kind of having to like retrace our steps. So I mean, really and truly, at the end of the day, the communication thing has to do with not only effectively getting your ideas out and across to other people and hearing what they think about them, but also kind of writing that stuff down so that it doesn't just kind of evaporate when the conversation is over. And those are what, you know, I mean, that just helps you communicate a little bit more efficiently as the project goes on. I saw there were no further questions, so I figured I'd elaborate a little bit extra there. But yeah, I mean, let's see. We got about 12 minutes or so. I think we need to take a picture, Rizzle.
Yes, sir, man. Dude, again, big shout out to you guys, Tara, Naomi, and what they're doing over at Warp Sound AI and Async is incredible. Two like hefty projects for this WIP. As the season of 5 Frog Part B descends upon us and WIP Baby is unfortunately throwing a fit. We're going to pass the mic over. We're going to hop into CV and do this group photo. So if you haven't done this before, really appreciate everyone from all these teams hopping in. It's very simple. You can do it from your phone. If you just click on the link from CryptoVoxels. You might be naked, but that's all good. You can it's all love in CryptoVoxels, and we're gonna do a thing in there. The thing sort of we switched it up last minute, like I was saying, and so people are asking about the guest list, and I literally think we stuck it in a mushroom by mistake somewhere else, and then left it there. So it doesn't really matter for what we're doing. So don't worry about the guest book if that is what happened. And we'll explain the mushroom thing another time because we're going to need to use the mushroom guest book thing for another time. Anyway, so don't worry about that. Yes, come into CryptoVoxels. Thank you, Carolina. Duh. And we're going to take a group photo, and then I will explain the thing that we're going to do, and we'll do a little contest and a giveaway, and it should be fun. Dragon Nate's got some music queued up for about 5 minutes or so while we do the thing, and we'll pass the mic over to Show for the afties after that. So without further ado, Carolina, thank you so much for your help. Let's pass, no need to explain the mushroom thing. Pass the mic over to Paradox, hop into CryptoVoxels, and we'll take some sort of goofy photo somewhere here in the B20 museum.
Yo, can everybody hear me? Testing.
Yes, sir. Sounds good, man.
Excellent. Right, hey guys, Paradox. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to do a group photo, and we're going to do a little bit of video. So if anybody that is in world, please make your way over to the stage. You will see a whole load of people dancing. So what we're going to try and do today, if it works, is we're going to try and do some synchronized dancing. So I'll give everyone a minute just to get over. So if you're on your desktop on a PC, or there should be, there should be a little emoji, a little smiley face at the bottom left of your screen. If you click that, it brings up a load of emotes and animates. Now, right at the very top, you'll see one called Up Rock, and that is the dance that you can see people doing on the stage. So if you are in world, jump on stage, click the little smiley face, click the Up Rock, and then I'm going to refresh my browser, and hopefully everybody should be in sync. All right, so everybody's making their way over. I'll give everyone 10 seconds, and then I'm going to click refresh and see if we can actually get this synced up. Anybody else coming over to the stage? 10 more seconds, and we're going to click refresh. That's nearly everybody. Okay, right. I am going to refresh my browser in about 5 seconds. So last chance, guys. Click the little emoji at the bottom, the little smiley face. Click the Up Rock. And let's see if this works. Okay, refreshing my browser now to sync everybody up. This can take a little while. Refreshing, here we go. We're just coming in now, and let's see if this has worked. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm now going to go full screen and start recording. It should move my mouse. Excellent, right, okay, so this part I'm just going to spin around, get some nice footage. Excellent. Amazing. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dragonate. That works surprisingly well, actually. So, thanks, guys. I'm Paradox, and I'm passing straight back over to Rizzle. Cheers.
That was incredible, man. This is why you're like the OG Crypto Voxels videographer for even like coming up with that concept in the first place. I can't wait to see the cut. I don't have the tweet pulled up, but if you haven't seen the one from last week where we're all in the refrigerator, it's definitely worth, yeah, literally a master. I'll find it and I'll drop it in here. It's worth watching. Yeah, so good. All of them are so good. I'm gonna kill a couple minutes while something is happening that I can't tell you about while I'm killing a couple minutes here. So I'm gonna give you the rules for what we're gonna do. Actually, I can talk about like B20 a little bit, right? I feel like people have, this is like a really weird, Matt's not here, so I can sort of talk about this right now. Whip Baby's like throwing a fit, and I've like sole control.
I gotta bring something into you, dude. Musashi just hit me back. He said he's made us a wearable. He wants me to tell everybody that he's minting now.
Oh, no. Cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick, y'all. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like, but Musashi is awesome, and yeah. Anyway, very excited.
Right on. Awesome. How do we get? Let us know how to get this wearable. Drop it in the chat or whatever. I'm not sure if we ever like got the guest list out of the mushroom, but we'll figure it out. Y'all know we're good for it. And so anyway, Matt is tending to Whip Baby at the setting of Season 5B Turtle, ready for the pickup of Season 5C Turtle in like 2 weeks or something after the U.S. holiday, because fortunately or unfortunately, like a bunch of us are from the U.S. and just won't be around next week to do the thing. But we'll do the turkey thing. We were supposed to host at Skeeny's place, and then I suggested Brookhawk's place, and then like I said, Brookhawk was like, he's like got a bunch of Brookhawk things to do, and then Matt said we're in the B20 place, which was weird, sort of, because we hosted this like huge thing here last year to kick off B20, and then it was like sort of like this like horrible series of events, right? Like a bunch of people bought B20 and then like felt like they got rugged, and it was like, this weird thing, and then people took off, and then there was like, so then we did like this tour of the place, and there's like 3 of these museums. There's one in like Crypto Voxels and Decentraland and Insomnium Space, and so we did this like whole crazy event where we went to all 3 of these places, and I was supposed to like lead people to this like secret thing, like where you had to like get off the elevator in Decentraland at like some special part or something, but nobody could figure it out, and it looked like I just like led people all off a cliff like in Decentraland, and it like you sort of capped off this like really strange event that like broke a series of parcels, and like everyone was like angry because they couldn't get the drop and like all this stuff. So anyway, we're back here. And we've got like a fun thing to do, and I'm gonna pull up the rules so I don't totally goof it up here. So we got rules, and this thing is gonna go for 5 minutes, and if it's not over in 5 minutes, then it'll just keep going until it is over, and we'll just pass the mic over to Show, and we'll figure out the the winners afterwards or whatever. So when I say go, Dragonate is going to play 5 minutes of search. Wearables will be airdropped to everyone who gets a PO-op from the DGen bot today. Yo, that's what's up. So, okay. So now you guys just got to figure out how that happens. Actually, this bot is pretty dope. I messed with it the other day, or I got a PO-op from it the other day. Incredible. Look how dope our team is. Things are happening, even just while I'm rambling here, trying to kill some time. So, okay, so while I have been rambling, there is apparently a hidden room somewhere here. The rule is you need to find Paradox, take a selfie, upload it to Twitter, and tag the WIP Meetup, and we're going to give the first 5 people to find Paradox and take a selfie with them and post it to Twitter a thing. Not the Paradox on this floor. And so there's rules. There's no flying. and we have like spies that are gonna make sure you don't fly. So there's a hidden room somewhere in here. Paradox is hiding. You got 5 minutes worth of Dragonate search music, depending on whatever he queued up. I have no idea. And then we're gonna kick it over to show for the Afties. No matter what happened, find Paradox, take a selfie, tag the WIP meetup, and we're gonna give you a thing. Ready, set, or something. I don't know. I wasn't sure if that was gonna work. We haven't practiced this or anything. Use the elevators, teleporters in the elevators, or a teleporter under the Metapalooza banner, if that makes any sense to you. That we need search music. I'm not prepared to sing. Or Easy's got a freestyle the search music. Or maybe I can just silently count down 5 minutes. Oh yeah. Oh my.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
Wow, was that like 5 minutes on the nose? That was pretty good. That's a very intense game of hide and seek. I think we still got like, if I'm not mistaken, actually, let me think. Oh, actually, it looks like we got them all. I think so. Yeah, it looks like cryptocurrency and Thomas Dillon. We got a couple people who might be coming really late. It's really funny because I'm covering for Matt at the very end here, and so Matt usually, I think, is the one who's usually in charge of the WIP account list. Other people have access to it that I'm not privy to, but Matt's like fluent, bilingual in Korean, and the whole WIP account is in Korean, and neither of us can figure out how to change it so I can read anything. It doesn't follow you back on Twitter. Joe, if I can figure this out. Hang on, Joe. I'm gonna try to figure it out right now. But this is the problem, man. I like can't. Yeah, hang on, Joe. I got you, fam. I'm following you in Korean. Yeah, well, you can blame it on Matt, man, because I can't read anything that's going on here. But anyway, I was able to figure out who won the thing, and so we will get in contact with you, and we got a whole bunch of prizes, and make sure you don't get duplicates of like whatever we're dishing out here. But thank you. Yeah, blame Matt. Don't blame the WIP baby. The WIP baby is just a baby, right? We're the WIP fam, and we have a lot of time to influence WIP baby into better habits than Matt. So we're gonna raise this WIP baby right, regardless of what Matt says. Thank you all for coming out. Really appreciate everybody's support. We'll miss everyone next week, but we'll catch everyone in the metaverse, I'm sure, between now and then. Stay on top of the things so we can eat a voxel turkey sometime over the holidays next week. How to get today's po-op? There's like a bot that's gonna do something. Can we clear that up actually real quick? No one has to like hop on the mic. Go ahead.
Gen bot, it counts you being in the voice chat. So as long as you're in the voice chat, just be patient. The bot will DM you afterward.
That's amazing. Holy crap.
Right.
Yes, that's insane. Wow, incredible. If that's not the cutting edge of technology, I don't know what is. Anyway, love you all so much. Thank you all for all of your support. This was fun. Thanks for the wearable, the po-op, and the bot love. Without farther ado, y'all pass the mic over to my buddy Show, who is now officially followed by the WIP account. I've ensured of it. So if it unfollowed you, you know it's Matt, dude.
Hey, y'all, how's my audio? Am I 2x2 or am I 5x5?
2x5.
All right. Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm officially followed by the WIP Meetup Twitter account. I was like, what the fuck did I do other than yelling and screaming and fucking causing trouble? What did I do wrong but annoy people day in and day out? Right. Hey y'all, if you don't know who the hell is talking right now, just trust me when I tell you to turn down your speakers, turn down your headphone volume, just turn the shit down. Trust me. Just believe me. All right. Even though this is a trustless digital community, just turn it down just a little bit. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Oh fucking yeah, y'all! Holy shit, man! Oh my God, y'all! This is the last WIP meetup of season 5C. Season 5C. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending all of the WIP events. This is season 5, C.BA7. We're going on vacation hiatus, whatever you want to call it, for next week, and we'll be back. There's so many seasons. Greetings for everyone who follows daylight savings time. Hey, do me a favor, whoever that is, please. You know, during my soliloquy, just make sure that thank you. No open mics. All right, y'all. So, oh my God, I gotta adjust things just for a moment. I gotta take on a little serious tone here, even though I'm serious all the fucking time. That's why I yell. When people yell at you, that means that they're serious, right? I guess, I don't know, unless you've been verbally abused, you know. If you've been attending the WIP for every season, you've received so much alpha and also information that seems like psychic predictions. You don't believe me? Listen to any of the previous WIP events and your jaw will drop at the accuracy. Look at the dates and times and then look at anything that dropped after, or if you saw something or if you heard something through the grapevine, you will be shocked. Trust me. If you try that little game on your free time and you'll realize what the fuck, like, oh my God. But there's one thing in particular, aside from the ambulance that's outside of my window, if there's one thing in particular that I want to highlight, it's the fact that, and this is a very sober observation here, that I have a friend, right? I have a friend in this space, a crypto artist who loves crypto art. He's an artist through and through, a very skilled one with experience and chops, I might add, who wanted to share his breadth of knowledge with people aspiring to learn more about art and photography. Many of you know him, you know, and the name of the experience he provides is a very solid and recognizable one. Now, here's the rub. Here's the issue. Here's the problem. Here's the thing that will develop a chip on your shoulder, right? There's also a very recognizable person in the space, hell, even in this Discord server even, with no chops or experience in creating art. They collect, they throw money around, and they talk a lot. This person decided to explore crypto art publicly, using Twitter as a medium. And there's nothing wrong with that, but this person, right, the person with no skill or whatever the fuck, just an opinion and money, they decided to literally co-opt the exact same name of the show from this crypto artist that we all know and love, attempting to do something that they're not, I don't feel like they're qualified to do. This is purely rhetorical, but I'm posing this question even though we know the fucking answer. But do Twitter followers and millions of dollars afford you the right to steal something that someone else does just because you just so happen to be famous? You literally take the fucking name and do it on a different platform when it's just your opinion on a particular thing. This person cannot claim ignorance. They could easily have used a different name and I wouldn't be yelling and screaming at everyone here. This would be a non-issue. I'm only passionate about this because, again, the question was rhetorical, but seriously though, is it okay? Is it okay if someone has millions of dollars and millions of Twitter followers and they're on MSNBC talking about finance and shit and they can just take something just because they're more notable? Is it all right? Welcome to the Afties, y'all. Welcome to the Afties, y'all. I'm your host, Show. You already know. If you don't know, you will know by the end of this thing that we're doing that is attached, this growth, this parasitic growth at the tail end of the WIP meetup. Just like all growths and parasitic things, draining the life force of everything going on in order for something else to grow in magnitude, right? We want your opinions to grow in magnitude. All right? And phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. We had two awesome guests, two awesome collectives, right? Talk about their things, their innovating things in the space. I don't know who the fuck wants to have the power to control something that an AI can control, but it sounds awesome. I don't know who the fuck wants to read books in the digital space that they want read back to them, but it's fucking awesome. My point is, we don't know, but we know now, and we want them, we want to keep them. So we want your opinions. Phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. I just said opinion 3 times. Do you catch my opinion? First subject. Shout out to Tara, Naomi, and Jeff. That was super fun, super engaging, super interesting. Again, it reminded me of my time in Second Life. So much time in the digital space. Real life doesn't compare. Trust me, believe me when I tell you, it's not as fun. You have less control over things in the digital space. You can always tweak something here, move something there. You can make something out of nothing. Speaking of making something out of nothing, I feel that giving people the power to change code and change music and change graphics and do all these things collectively as a community, as like a bouillabaisse, what the fuck do they make in New Orleans? Gumbo. I feel like going even deeper, this is beyond DAO. This is like mixing your own shit together is the wave of the future. Thoughts? I add more clarity. Having the means to create a masterpiece with hundreds of people, using collective groupthink as in addition to utilizing an AI that isn't sentient, will create some awesome shit. It's like an android, but in the human computer sense. Not to be confused with Botto. Thoughts?
Hey, if we can keep changing things, then things can evolve, right? So that's always good.
Is it okay? Is it okay for things to change?
Well, I mean, if one thing is shit, then it probably should be changed. If something is already good, well, maybe there's something even more good that can be added.
I think that opinions are always welcome here, just for the record, y'all. All hot takes and opinions are welcome here, right? I feel like opinions about the level and appeal of an art piece is subjective. Saying that something is shit, everyone has their own opinion about everything. If everyone collectively builds something and everyone on the outside who aren't on the inside of the pot of stew that's brewing on the stove, and they don't have any control of the ingredients, they can say that the shit tastes like shit, but they haven't tasted the shit.
Well, then they're shit and full of shit.
I don't want to curse people out, but if people are stealing the ingredients of somebody else who is a master chef just because they have the money to pay for the soup, then no soup for you.
Gordon Ramsay would not be pleased.
If you have the money to pay for the soup, but you didn't create the soup, but you want to tell people that you're creating soup too, but you didn't spend years like Gordon Ramsay in a French culinary institute spitting into other people's soup in order to add flavor, I don't believe that you're a chef. But if we collectively are making things along with Jeff and Tara, Naomi, right, and then having a computerized bot make the soup, then we can't call it shit. We can only call things shit that people who aren't qualified to make shit. Thoughts? Shout out to Gordon Ramsay, another yellerer, another person yelling and screaming on microphones.
Yeah, we need to get him in here to be your co-host.
What?
We need Gordon Ramsay in here to be show's co-host.
I don't need a sous chef. Thank you very much. I'm like Anthony Bourdain, parts unknown being thrown into the AI soup that we're creating together. Thank you.
If you had the chance to yell at Gordon Ramsay, would you?
How fucking what you? Hey, listen. Phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. You don't have to raise your volume. Just phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. Say that again.
I think Sho would really enjoy yelling at Gordon Ramsay.
I believe if Jeff and Tara Naomi would create an AI where you're able to, instead of tweaking music and PFPs, you're able to tweak responses to Gordon Ramsay whenever he's accosting you and spit is flying in your face, I think that would sell $1 million. Thoughts? Thoughts? Moving on, next subject. We had Epic Dylan with a Y. We had Epic Dylan and the crew from Page DAO talking about pages and things of that nature, talking about books. Here's my hot take. Eventually, we're gonna get to a point where we don't need to read words. We don't need papers. We don't need digital documents. We won't even use voices to read books. We're just gonna use mental images and project them into other people's minds. So when you have a book report as a child, right? Now the child can easily cheat just by making up whatever the fuck it wants. Thoughts?
And what's the problem with that?
Is that a question?
Well, I mean, you can take it however you want. I don't care.
I care. I believe that children are the future. You know, speaking of children and reading books and shit, last week I said something about LeVar Burton, right? This week, LeVar Burton is the host of Trivial fucking Pursuit. You know why? Because he read books, goddammit. He fucking read books. I believe the children are... Go ahead.
No, go. You finish.
I believe the children are the future. You teach them well and help them lead the way. We should need to teach kids to stop reading fucking books and start using their imagination more. And the only way to do that is to utilize PageDAO and create some shit that projects images into your brain. Who has time to read books nowadays? I'm too busy typing good morning and good evening and vibes and whitelist and all sorts of other buzzwords, copy pasta buzzword shit that makes you included into the crypto space because you've been too late to keep up. Thoughts?
One roadmap. Yeah, it'll be very nice when we can just when we can just have shit beamed into our brains. Who has time to sit there and actually read through a frickin' book? Oh my god, you know how many books I have sitting here? Too many. That's how many. If I could scan them all into some sort of thing and then beam it into my brain, it'd be so much better. Finish 40 books in less than 5 minutes? Huh.
I used to have a robust, I'm talking big and juicy book collection. Some cool shit, some good shit like Musashi's Book of Five Rings, Sun Tzu, The Art of War, Robert Greene, The 33 Strategies of War. Like, I had some good shit. And you know what I had to do one time, right? You know what I had to do? I mean, like, I had to take some inspiration from Khalil Gibran, the Prophet, and I needed to make some profit. So I went to the Strand bookstore at Union Square one time because I needed to pay rent, and I sold 80-something books. 80 books in order to fucking make rent. They only took about 20-something of them, and the rest I had to toss out because it was too heavy to bring back to my apartment in order to make rent. Do you love books? Will it save your ass? I'm pretty sure. My ass is sore, and I'm pretty sure that you don't love books enough.
Maybe there just aren't enough books to be read by people who read 10 per minute.
That's not a me problem. That's a you problem, Paige Dow. That's a you problem, Epic Dylan. That's not a me problem, Epic Dylan. That's a you problem. If there's not enough books to go around, what are we gonna do in this sauce?
Make more.
Books will become obsolete.
Who said that? Who fucking said that? That was Trippy Yogi saying that things are how can books be obsolete? It pays your rent when you sell them, right? Right? It makes you smart. It makes you wear a visor on Star Trek.
It pays your brain when you read them.
It's not quantifiable, right? We can't quantify the numbers that you're being paid if you're reading books. You know it is quantifiable. Selling books from. Go ahead, Trippy.
Quantum books.
Quantum books. Like the quantum drive on Star Trek. Geordie LaForge. We're forging books in the metaverse, and we're making money. That's all Paige. That's all Paige that was all about. They're trying to make reading books quantifiable. Their entire team is like, what the fuck is he talking about? Stop giving away the alpha. Stop giving it away. These are books. Books are meant to be read. I'm giving away the information. Thoughts?
You're stealing the alpha from them before they even know and before you even know what it is. Stop going to the future and stealing crap and bringing it back.
How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know?
By not going into the future, dang it.
I used to pay people to do my book reports. I wasn't reading. How the fuck am I supposed to know? I'm not educated. I didn't go to school.
Well, I guess you better read more books.
You know what I am going to do, though? Right? You know what I am going to do? I'm worth millions of dollars, thousands of Twitter followers. I'm a venture capitalist, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to fucking take the name of somebody else's event and do a Twitter Spaces and act like it was my fucking thing first. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through to this edition of the Afties. Shout out to the entire WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you. Shout out to the entire leadership team at Token Smart. Please keep your eyes and ears and everything else open on what's happening in the event calendar channel. Yeah, there's always things going on. All right. Yo, shout out to everybody. Much love, and I'll see you later.